Alright, so we just arrived home. Gate man is getting the gate for me. And who's at the front door? Oh, somebody's here. Who's at our front door? What's going on? We don't want any. We don't want any horses. Danica, what are those horses doing up there? Hey? Uh-huh. Somebody we don't know. Better wait for the gate man to get in. While we're waiting for him to close the gate, and we will check out who came to the front door today. What's going on? I'm looking at their reflection, I'm guessing. Got the white horse against the white door for some reason. The other two at the front door. Crazy horse place. Get her done? You're a good man. Hey, dingbats. What are you doing at the front door? Come on, out of there. Alright, back in the garage. Sunny Tuesday, is it? Maybe it's Wednesday. Me and the assistant here pulling off the rears this time. I just did the fronts, and then she said, oh, the backs are scraping. You know, a lot of times you just pad slap the fronts, which is what I did. And it looks like now I got to pad slap the rears. So, pulled off them tires. Let's take a look in there, see what's going on. Oh yeah, there we go. Those look pretty thin. I can just see that one. That one's got a bit of meat left on it, but the inside doesn't. I can feel some scoring back there already. I don't think these have ever been cut. So I guess we'll just pad slap the backs too. And just get you a bit of a better view here. Again, this is a, what does that say? 15 on the inside, 13 on the outside. Ready to get the bottom one off and out of there. This one's loose, just gotta pull it the rest of the way here. A little tight, because somebody put a little bit extra Loctite on there. Don't want to use impact on these, they're pretty small. Being a mini, everything's small on it, including the bolts for the caliper here. So got those two pulled out. They should come out. Not too often are they. It's a caliper that tight on there. Let's see what the issue is. In there. This is also a little rubber cap over the bleeder, and that's holding on that cable there. So probably best to take the indicator off first, which I should have. Let's see, get it off now. There it is. Alright, so issue there was that indicator was worn right down to the nub. Not sure if you can see it there. Try to get the light not directly on it, but you can see it's worn right down there. So I had to just snap the back side off, and then you replace that wire right up to this connection here to get a new one on. So there you go. That's finally off there. Set that up at the top as usual. A little light. And then pull your pads out right here. Yep, things are pretty seized here. That's why it was grinding so much. Wife letting it run right down to the nub again, just like the front. Oh yeah. Check it out. How embarrassing for me. Right down to the wire again. Never mind the wire. Yeah, the wire there. Right down to the steel. Steel on steel. So luckily it caught it just in time. There's some light scoring back there, but not the worst in the world. So get some new pads and put these in. This side not nearly as bad. It's unfortunate how they wear unevenly or catch on these sliders. So that happens. Ends up happening. All right, get some new pads and retainers, sliders, and put it back together. All right, so we are on this side of the car. This is the driver's side rear. And when you see these types of notches generally in the brake caliper piston, usually means it's a wind back. So you get a special tool and put a ratchet on it, and then you wind that back. Again, watch the fluid in the front. When we did the front brakes, you remember we took out a whole bunch of fluid to make up for all the fluid that was added as the brakes were going down. And after these brakes were worn right down to the nub, there's the original brake pad. You can see there's almost nothing on it. Not as bad as the other side. That was metal on metal, but right down to the nub. Then people were adding, this is the other one, not quite as bad. People were adding brake fluid all the way along. So anyways, let's get that tool and we'll wind that back. And there's the tool there. That's the one you'd use. You just pick a couple of these pins that fit best into it. And then you would, looks like that's the one there. Well, maybe not. Let's look backwards. It's perhaps these ones. Anyways, I did recall making a tool for the Ford, a Ford that we had. Can't remember which one it was, but it was very similar. Had these two little knobs in there. And then I threaded something in there to connect that. I wonder if this one fit in here. Oh, looks like that one would almost very closely fit in there. Wow, it's almost the same style. But yeah, we'll find the right one here. Fit on there. No. Oh, that's it there. So we'll get a ratchet on there and we'll put that in. So after fiddling with this one and saying that it was gonna fit, I thought it would, but it slipped out a couple times. So this is actually too small, this square one. So the one I built for the Ford a long time ago actually fits almost perfectly. These two nubs fit right on there. And get my finger out of the way so you can see. Uh-oh. And yeah, dog knocking over my light. And then I have a 15/16 socket to fit over that, and my ratchet onto there. So tighten that to get her back. Yep, that screws back in just like so. So I'm going to check the fluid right away because it's at the top. And so you can see that now is all collapsed all the way around. And if the rubber does this, you really should try to pop it back in unto itself so that it doesn't touch the brake pad once you put it back together. Do it with your finger like that, or a little plastic tool might work. There we go. All right, the pads on this side. There's the brake reservoir again, just like the front, right at the top. So got to remove some of that. And I like to use just a little syringe, and here's my canister that I'll empty into my used oil drum. So there's a bunch right there. Could use a larger tip to get more of this out. So I can imagine this going a lot further than that, so I better take the inside cup out. Get some more out. The little inside filter should pop out here. Of course, it's so slippery. Sometimes you can use a little screwdriver just to catch the edge of it. Wow, finally. Needed 2 screwdrivers to get that thing out. But of course you did. Now I don't want to get that dirty, so you want to leave that somewhere very clean. Little filter. Like a couple of pieces of tissue paper. And we'll take a bit more out of here, as we know I'm going to take a lot out of there. And it is full to the brim. And then we'll just keep checking it as we go. Here's the new pads. Brembo went for the good ones. Wifey picked these up. And of course I just noticing that they came without the hardware. No slides. And yeah, so these are the more expensive set. And it's because that's all they had. It did come with grease, but no slide pins. Or no slides. So gonna clean these up on the wire wheel. Grease them up, put them back in. Always something, right? Alright, let's stop bitching and get at it. Most important part right in here where the pads sit. Alright, back with the cleaned up slides. Put a little bit of this synthetic brake lubricant from Permatex. Just put a little hair in there. And there. Captures, you don't want so much that it just captures all the dirt. But would be nice if they kept sliding all the time. Pop them back in. To be same top and bottom. Again, just a dab will do ya. Pop that one on the top. And they're seated all the way down. And then go the pads. The pads are the same, except for the size of that bit here for the wire, for the indicator wire that needs to be replaced. So this inboard has the wire. We can tell because this was the inboard that was rubbed right clean, and there's part of the wire right there. Or part of this. It's a sensor. I keep saying wire. Alright, they're both seated right up against the rotor, which will just make it easier. And then we'll take these out and clean them and make sure they're lubricated. They do feel really good. Don't feel like they need to be fucked with. They got nice clear silicone on there. Doesn't look like there's any dirt in there, so we're gonna leave those alone. Pop them back in. Let's check the bottom slide. Look at that, same really nice clear silicone in there. So those little rubber caps are doing their job. That's for sure. All right, so time to remount. First we'll put the indicator wire back where it's supposed to be. Okay. One more turn. See if we can get a bit more of a turn. If I can get it lined up. Wow. Everything's such a pain today. Yep, it's going in a bit more, see? There we go. That's all the way in now. Yeah, this goes here because that's where we took it out of. So this should fit right over top of these new brakes. There we go. Sliding over, and then you get your. I'm gonna get a little Loctite for these. All right, there's the Loctite. Definitely need some new Loctite. Probably a little past its before date. Best before date. thin walled. It's that side. Get rid of your bungee cord, of course. And take a look at all your parts and pieces. Make sure nothing's left over or missing. What's going on outside here? Danica there. Crazy horses here. Horses crossing the driveway. What are you all up to? 3 girls and a man. Look at the white stallion looking at me. 3 girls. Going for a walkabout. What are they up to? Not much? Oh, I'm stretching. Yeah, I should stretch too before I finish this job. Alright, back to this mess. So just coming back here with the brake clean, and notice the dog was licking that silicone off the brake rotor. Okay, back up. Look at her, she slobbered all down here as she was licking this up. Was she trying to help me, or did she like the taste of the brake rotor grease, or the brake grease? Anyways, get back up. Back up, ding dong. You're gonna get this in the face if you don't back up. Now, not only do I gotta wipe the grease off there, I gotta wipe her slobber off there too. Okay, and just to show that I am the good husband that I am, let's give it a bit of a vacuum while we're waiting for the pads, right? Best vacuum ever. Now they're dirty in the front. Dropping a lot of snacks and food and stuff on the feet. Uh-oh, looks like somebody was transporting flowers, and a lot of the dirt came out from in there. It really appears that somebody wasn't going to clean this out themselves. Look at all that dirt on the potting soil. Not only is it lightweight, portable with a long hose, it's got its own mounting system. Easy on and off. And it's not sponsored, by the way. I was just going to slap some pads in the old Mini Cooper Countryman here, but we're pretty down there on the old back pad. Not sure if that got stuck against the rotor. Here is the front one. I mean, it still has, not a lot, but a little bit of pad on. And then the back one, all of a sudden, Mrs. says it just started squeaking, but it's either been stuck for a while and wearing, or, look at the wear indicator. It's like worn right through the wear indicator for quite a while. But again, these Coopers have hardly any indications or information on the dash. Probably just a service light came on. Unfortunately, there's the back of the rotor. Pretty scored. So better get that slapped together and see how it works, and then put new rotors on. And here's a good plan that I like to do when I just want to suck up a little bit of the brake fluid. Take that much out because I'm pressing the pad back in. Just leave that there. You can push it back in later while we're pushing these pads back into their homes, or I mean the cylinder, brake cylinder, back into its home. Look at the big fat new pads on there. Check it again. Oh, look at that, right at the top again. I might as well just dump it, that's too much. Hello, Peps. Peps and Peps. Everything went so bad. That. Right past the nub, past the metal. Alright, this fully worn one was to the inside, and it has the two wide nubs. They're in there, running like that. And on the outside, which is not quite as worn, has the two close nubs, and you can tell where it's sat on the outside. This side goes in like this. Check these pins. Actually looks pretty good. Just going to add a little extra grease. It also looks good. I'll make sure you use this kind of grease with the, that's that rubber piece in there. Some kind of anti-squeal, anti-squeak, anti-noise. Bit of rubber. Okay, those are all done and in. And squeeze this pad out again. Alright, let's go check that brake fluid. It's up top. Oh yeah, she's already right at the top there. Over she goes. Lock tight. All right, let's give this brake a pump. See how they feel. Soft, oh, hard. Nice pedal. Good pedal, good pedal. Check the fluid now. Fluid, perfect. That's very nice. Hidden in caps in this car, everything's hidden in caps. Yeah, I just thought I'd take another quick look at these old pads off the Mini. Oh my god, wife's car, right? Look at that, look at that. I mean, I should have been checking them a while before, but you just never think of things, especially when it's not your car. I never drive that Cooper. So yeah, look at that metal. That's right down to the metal there, metal on metal. You can see the rivets. Uh-oh, somebody's behind me. Looking for some attention. Is that you back there, huh? What's going on? You come in from killing mice? I hope so. That's what you're supposed to be doing, right? You want to check the brake shoes too? No, I want inside. Alright, I'll let you in. Come here. Just like, let me in. I'm going inside. Okay. Anyways, back to this. It smells like cinnamon rolls in there. I just made some cinnamon rolls. Anyhow, that's bad, right? I don't think it was because anything was stuck. Oh my god, now it's the next one's turn. I don't think it's because these were stuck, or, I mean, it could have been. It looks pretty rusty there, so. But you can see it was sitting all the way in there for a while. Let's check all these out, actually. Excuse me. You want to help me check these out? In there. Okay, so post-mortem on the brake pads. Check your brakes a little more often. Mini Cooper has like one warning light that you're supposed to check every system in the car. You know, once the warning light comes on, because it's not a specific warning light. It just says service, and you never know what it's supposed to service. I mean, we had a timing chain issue with that car. We had you know, tire brakes, parking brake, a few other issues. So, lesson learned. What's up, sweetie? Hey, what are you gonna do? You gonna hang around in here while I finish the chicken coop? I was just thinking last night I got to cut a hole in the chicken coop for the chickens to come in and out on the top.